to day 2 of NetSuite TV. It is Thursday, September 29th, and I am so excited to welcome back SuiteStanley and Sally, who are having their very first dance on NetSuite TV with none other than Ryan Grisso and the NetSuite TV Band.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What to know is I'm gonna go my way, and I got to know. I don't know why we always cry. This we must leave and get on.
Amazing. That was so good.
Wow, that was incredible. Let's introduce the band first. State your name.
Ryan Grisso.
I heard it's your band.
Yeah.
Thank you for recognizing that. Yes.
And what do you do here at NetSuite?
I am the head of software engineering for the product.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a guy to talk to. All right, beautiful voice.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Ann Kahayan, and I'm a senior manager in customer success enablement.
Great, thank you.
All right, we're coming right over here. What's your name and what do you do here at NetSuite?
I'm Connor Grosskirth and I'm in sales.
Wonderful. All right, and ready?
I'm Vinny.
And what do you do here at NetSuite?
Yeah, I work with the engineering teams in NetSuite.
And is Ryan as hard on Evan as Evan says that he is?
It's fine.
And what's your name? Evan Goldman?
Something like that.
And what do you do here?
Besides being just the drummer, I just kind of hang out, make sure everything's going as it should be.
How do I get that job?
Wait, I want that job.
All right, well, this is the NetSuite Band. What a way to start the day. And now, before we get into the rest of our show, let's take a look at some highlights from yesterday.
I've heard so many good things about what you can learn here and how you can take it back and really improve what you do at home.
It just set the mood for the entire show. We had some wonderful speakers. Can I just say I love the whole thing? The whole thing was my favorite part.
It's fantastic. This is so much fun. The energy is great, the colors, the setup, everything is so much fun.
Good morning. Welcome to day 2. I'm Christina Eberhardt here at NetSuite TV. We are walking around the expo floor, and I had to stop and talk to this gentleman because he's wearing an Irish national tarp, but he's Scottish. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing wonderfully, actually. How are you doing?
I'm great. Are you enjoying SuiteWorld? You look very festive, so I'm going to go with yes, you're loving it here.
I am absolutely loving it, and honestly, in Vegas, when it's as hot as it is, you can't go wrong with a kilt. So.
For sure. Tell us a little about Source Day.
So Source Day, we live in the procure-to-pay automation realm. We're a Built for NetSuite partner. Basically anything on the PO collaboration side and then AP three-way match automation side with an RFQ mix tossed in on the front end. But integrate directly in. We'll update NetSuite for you, make sure you're getting your POs on time. On-time delivery from suppliers, improve performance, and make sure that you're, honestly, that relationship's just better than it has been, right? Like, you got two choices when when the supply chain's this bad. You can either be the squeakiest wheel for your supplier, or you can be their easiest customer. Source Day makes them your easiest customer, right?
That is amazing, and we truly appreciate your partnership. How many times have you been to SuiteWorld?
This is my first time.
Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Let's talk about it. How did yesterday go? Did you enjoy the keynote? What was it that you took away that you loved?
Honestly, it was a little bit overwhelming. All kinds of everything. I can't even say. So
it's Vegas.
Yeah.
You got to rise to Vegas.
Right? It's Vegas, and then on top of that, I'm new to supply chain, here for about 11 months, and so learning and learning all the different partners of NetSuite's been a huge thing. I've loved being able to get to do that. Talk to people I've talked to on Zoom calls, but actually get some face-to-face time with them. So it's been nice. Yep.
Well, that's a great point too. Isn't it so nice that we can come together and see each other and fellowship again? This is our first year back live, and how's it feeling for you?
It's fantastic. So I joined Source Day a week after SuiteWorld last year, so I missed it just barely, and everybody, that's all they talked about. So for 52 weeks or whatever, I'm like, all right, let's go. And here we are, so I'm excited to do it. We're having a blast. We got the green jackets, green kilts. Anybody want to stop by booth 915? We're rocking and rolling. Come on by and learn a little bit about Source Day and have some fun with us.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Michael.
Yes,
I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here at SuiteWorld.
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think we have one other person. Nope, we don't. We are going to throw it back to Kendall and Fritz in the studio. Kendall?
All right, well, I'm not Kendall. I wish I was. But,
I know, we all know that.
Thanks, Christina. Kendall, how are you this morning?
I am doing so great. I love to be here. I'm not gonna lie, I love to be here.
Do you? You look bright and chipper. You must have had a good night's sleep.
I had a great night's sleep. Took a little bath last night, did a little face mask, which is why my skin is glowing compared to yours. So
we smell a little better. So.
I hadn't showered in like 6 days. So
yeah.
I'm glad that I could do that for you.
Right. Well, you have like a new look too.
I do have a new look. So as you guys may notice, I am wearing a pair of Zenni glasses. So yesterday, actually, Bursley was out on the expo floor in front of our customer collaboration, which is the letter I for Zenni, and obviously get it, I, because eyeballs.
Oh. It
Yeah,
took me a minute.
yeah, like I'm seeing. Okay, anyway, so Bursley threw it over to me and was like, hey, I think you should try on a bunch of Zenni glasses and have our social media audience vote on the pair that you should wear. So I had 4 pairs of glasses. All of them were so cute. I actually genuinely love all of them. Hopefully Zenni lets me keep them. I want to wear them all the time. And this was the pair that everybody voted on. It was a really close tie between two pairs. So I may throw the other pair on later just to, like, you know, spice things up a bit here.
Well, they are very swanky, I must say. I hope they help you see how smart I am.
They, yes. You know what? I'll give you that one. They are helping me see how smart you are.
Thank you. I appreciate
that. Or else
that.
it would be very difficult. So, well, speaking of yesterday and all the fun we had, I know we talked about this a little bit at the end of show yesterday, but for those of you who weren't with us, let's just chat a little bit about it. Some highlights from the day yesterday.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it, and you know, there's so many moments, but oftentimes the things that stand out to me are, you know, the actual tangible value that people get out of using NetSuite. You know, we heard a lot of that. I was thinking about Todd from Think Jewelers, and he was talking about how they were able to enter. Now they're now able to enter 200 items in 20 minutes rather than 2 days. Like that's a real tangible cost savings and time savings.
Yeah.
Mitch from Thread talked about NetSuite Analytics Warehouse and how every department is using the same data and getting value out of that data. That's real. He can walk around and see the people in design using the data to determine, are we going to keep selling this product? What's working about it? What's not?
Right.
That's really fascinating as well. And so, you know, hearing that to me is what's most memorable. It's sort of the collection of those moments.
Yeah, I feel so lucky that I am in the role that I am in. I get to talk to our customers all the time and really get to hear some of this stuff firsthand. But it is really coming to SuiteWorld and hearing it from all these customers at the same time is just like so cool. I really liked hearing from Studio McGee too, and how, you know, they're really tracking daily KPIs. They're forecasting every single day, you know, especially as things in the climate that we're currently living in. They are utilizing NetSuite to really make decisions that are impacting their business in real time. I thought that was really cool. And also, they talked about their warehouse. They moved into a massive, I think it's 375,000 square feet warehouse with robots, and how they're tying NetSuite seamlessly into the robots for picking and packing and shipping. And they're very excited about Ship Central, so that's going to be really, really cool for them.
Yeah. I mean, all of the customer interviews it's just good to hear the real story from them. And then the one that we were doing with Dog is Good in the pedicab, right? Driving around. I wish I could do an interview that way.
I think never mind. I don't think you're there yet, but we'll get there.
All right, I'll keep working
Tori
on it.
is that person.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'll keep working on it.
Well, speaking of customers, though, we do have Rowdy Mermaid here. We have Rowdy Mermaid. This is a customer of ours.
Okay.
And this is kombucha. And it was founded by a man named Jamba Dunn. And he has a doctorate in philosophy. And he just kind of set out on this path to, you know, create really, really good kombucha. And here we have it. So we're going to do a little tasting for you all right now. This flavor is Savory Peach Thyme.
Whoa, that sounds good.
Do you know the benefits of thyme?
No, I don't.
I don't either. We're going to look that up.
It's an herb. It's green. It's got to be good for you, right?
Yeah. So we'll give this a little taste. There's yours. Here's mine. Let's see how this goes.
All right.
All right. Well, cheers.
Here's today, too.
Here's today, too.
Oh, that's delicious. Nice, just like a subtle hint of peach.
Yeah, that's real. That is. I thought it was going to be overwhelming. That is a very good subtle hint of peach.
Yeah, sometimes kombucha can be overwhelming and kind of
this
make
is
you
actually
pucker up or whatever.
Yeah, this is really good. I want to enjoy this for a bit. So while we do enjoy these, Tori is actually in Keynote Hall with a very special guest. Tori, over to you.
That's right. I am here in Keynote Hall with today's VIP, our SVP of Product Management, Gary Wiessinger. He's about to go on stage for our Day 2 keynote. Hi, Gary. How are you feeling today?
Fantastic. I'm fantastic. Fired up. Excited to share all the great stuff coming in the product with all the attendees.
Great. So we already have people kind of coming in. Energy is high. I'm curious. How do you prepare to speak in front of thousands of people like this? No pressure.
I try not to think about it, so thanks for reminding me. Now I'm kind of freaking out. Now, the people don't actually bother me. I want to make sure we have great content for them, so we work really hard for months to prepare. And there are a handful of us up on stage. There are dozens who do the work behind the scenes to prepare for this. So we work really hard and hopefully put on a good show for everybody.
Can we get a little teaser of what we're going to be hearing from you today?
I'll give you 2 words: video games. Does that mean NetSuite's getting into video games? I don't know. I guess you'll have to watch to find out.
I kind of hope NetSuite's getting into video games. That sounds exciting. So speaking of exciting, we've had a lot of product announcements this week. Is there one that you're most excited about?
Yeah, well, it's like picking your favorite child. Well, we have a ton of great stuff. You're going to hear a lot more today, but AP automation is fantastic. NetSuite CPQ is fantastic. Workforce management is fantastic. So no, there's not one I'm excited about. There are a dozen that I'm excited about.
Great. And so last question here, and it's a question that we like to ask on NetSuite TV. World Series is next month, and while this isn't the World Series, it's pretty close. I would venture to say it's better. If you had to choose a walk-up song, what would it be?
I'm a country music fan, so I would go with Cruise by Florida Georgia Line. And in honor of our headliner tonight, Nelly, I'd do the remix Nelly did with FGL of Cruise. So that'd be mine.
I hope he does that remix for you tonight. I want to see your dance moves. All right. We do. Well, thank you so much, Gary. I appreciate it. And there you have it. Keynote is about to begin. Really exciting stuff. And now, Kendall and Fritz, I'm curious to hear about what goes into a keynote. I hear Fritz might let us know. So back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tori. And yes, Fritz, I finally get to put you in the hot seat.
Oh, boy. As if you don't do that already.
I know, but I don't get to really sit and kind of interview you. So this is really exciting for me.
Okay.
All right, so for our audience at home, Fritz is heavily invested and involved in making the keynote absolutely wonderful. Fritz has a long history of content, and we'll dive into that in a second. But it's really important for you all to know that he is you literally write every single word that goes into that, pretty much. And people then jump in and kind of help and edit and tweak, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a team effort, and it definitely starts and ends with Evan.
Okay.
And it's evolved over the years. One of the things that I think is, when I first started doing this, I mean, I'd never written a keynote before, and you have to understand. I mean, I've written some for myself, right?
Yeah.
But you have to understand that person's voice, how they talk, how they like to say things, what their thought process is, you know. And that first year was rocky just because I didn't hear Evan's voice yet, right?
Right.
And then now we're 4 years in, and I can finally hear it enough to know where he might want to go. But he's the ultimate arbiter, right? He's changing some of the words. We're going back and forth. But it's an interesting process in that, we just start with conversations. I sit down and listen to him, and there are lots of different people involved.
Well, yeah, so let's take us through kind of the step-by-step process. So where do you start? So obviously we have this theme, full suite ahead. Where do you start in the process, and then take us through how you end up where we ended up yesterday?
Yeah, I am glad you mentioned that, because that's where it starts. Months before we do SuiteWorld, we come up with what is the theme for SuiteWorld.
Yeah.
What do we want it to be? What is the story we want to tell? What is the message that mostly what are we hearing? It's sort of a reflection of what we're hearing from our customers. And as we talked about yesterday, that idea of full suite ahead is kind of like full speed ahead. Almost damn the torpedoes. There's lots going on, sure, but let's keep going. What are we going to do? Just stop and sit around and hope for the best? No, we're going to keep plowing through, and that's what we want to make the theme. And so it starts from there. Obviously, we have product announcements, so we want to think about what the big product themes are. And then how we can get a story that involves our customers, because the best way to bring these things to life is to have customers. So we've got, when we start planning the keynote, we talk to our product team, our product marketing team. We talk to our customer marketing team as we start to develop the ideas. Obviously, our events team who's putting this whole show together, right? And all these PR, social, video, and content all get involved in the creation of it, right? But maybe about 2 months before we start putting pen to paper, we start to kind of develop a storyline that might pull through the whole thing. And then we just start kind of writing and riffing, and then it's like every week we're making iterations and iterations.
Yeah. At what point do the jokes get plugged in? Because I do know that is you.
Some of them, but actually, as an aside, Evan is, we do some joke writing kind of together, so I'll put some thoughts down about what some funny things might be to say. He'll kind of refine them to be more in his, vein of comedy.
Right.
But he's also very good in the moment.
Yeah.
There are things that he'll say on stage that will not be from rehearsal.
Yeah.
It will just occur to him, and those are the best ones because you can sort of tell that those are authentic moments for him, and I love that, and I always encourage, like, whatever comes to you in the moment, just say it.
Yeah.
But we, the joke parts are more about, how do we just make sure we're keeping people's attention and calling attention to the thing he's saying, right? So it's like a laugh, then we get to the serious part, then a laugh. So, we're not trying to write a comedy show, right? We're just trying to have light moments throughout.
Yeah, although I know that you're capable of writing a comedy show because I've actually seen you do a little bit of stand-up for NetSuite, so I know that you're good. I know that you can do it.
Yeah, it's easier for myself than for somebody else.
Right, exactly. What is your favorite part of the entire keynote process?
Honestly, it's once we get the major, it's like a puzzle, right? And we move things around, but like once we get the major pieces of the puzzle together, then you can relax and go, well, what if we move this here? What if we did it in this order? My favorite part is the refining process because you can really tweak and tune it. And the other thing is we work with a phenomenal visual team, and the main person, his name is Troy Witt. I want to give him a shout out because he's incredible, and we've worked together for 4 years now, and he just, we keep building on what's in the script and how we tell it in pictures. This year, as people may have noticed, we had some video animations. You worked on some of those. You run the video team at Oracle and NetSuite, and we wanted to kind of do some interesting little ways of talking about the actual problems that companies have. And some of the people that got on stage said, I saw myself in that. You know, I saw our company in that. And so those visual moments and perfecting them and refining the script and then inserting those little jokes and just punching it up constantly all the way to the day before, I actually enjoy that a lot.
Yeah. That is, and then obviously, seeing it all come to fruition, like that was an amazing keynote yesterday, truly.
Thank you.
One final question here for you. What is your ultimate hope? Everybody who is tuning in right now are our prospects, our customers, our NetSuite network. What is your ultimate hope for everybody to come away from the keynote with?
Well, I think, you obviously, at a broad level, you want it to be memorable, but the reason you want it to be memorable is because we're helping people solve real problems, right? You don't just make a speech to make a speech. You don't just do a keynote because every conference has a keynote. We want them to know we have 32,000 customers. We hear you. We see your problems. We're baking it into the product, and we want them to walk away going, okay, they heard me.
Yeah.
They've built something that will help me solve my problems. We heard a lot of excitement yesterday about AP automation, for example. And when people walk out of a keynote excited about the things they hear, that's all that really matters.
I love that. Well, you certainly made that happen. A huge congratulations to you and everybody that was involved in the making of both keynotes and the making of SuiteWorld in general. So great work.
Thank you.
I know I'm throwing you off right now because I'm being really nice.
I'm used to the insults.
I know, but it just means the end of the next part of the day is just going to be stacked full of
saving
insults.
it up.
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly.
Got it.
And another big part of SuiteWorld, aside from the keynotes and content and NetSuite TV, is our dedication to giving back. We host our Hackathon for Good at SuiteWorld each year, which is an opportunity for NetSuite employees, partners, and customers to put their skills to use for good, helping NetSuite nonprofit customers with needed projects. This year, we helped OUR, a nonprofit that has made a significant impact to the fight to end sex trafficking and sexual exploitation by assisting in rescuing and supporting thousands of survivors in 30 countries and 50 U.S. states. Let's take a look back at the Hackathon for Good to see how we worked with them.
Here today at the Hackathon for Good, which is a team-building competition at SuiteWorld every year, where teams of partners and employees that use NetSuite every day give their day to solve a challenge that's being faced by a nonprofit customer. Today's challenge is from our customer, Operation Underground Railroad, and they have come to us with an ask to customize their donor packets and help us streamline the creation of those donor packets.
The end goal, I would say, is to free up our resources. So we'll be adding these tasks and value adds through the automation of processes to free up other people to do other jobs. I wish that I had everyone in this room with me all the time, because the think power of this group has just been phenomenal, and I'm really excited.
And now we're here with Adele Oler, Regional Director of Development for Our. Hi, Adele.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Kendall just provided some insight about Our and your mission, and just asking what else you have to add about this very important topic.
Absolutely. Well, it was a great introduction. Operation Underground Railroad is a 501c nonprofit organization. We exist to rescue children from sex trafficking and sexual exploitation around the world. We do that in a number of ways. We provide international operations support overseas in our relationships with other government agencies, non-government agencies, as well as local law enforcement. We provide tools and training to local law enforcement here in the United States. We have aftercare teams that are all over the globe, also providing trauma-informed, individualized care in partnership with other NGOs around the world, as well as support adoptive families with resources to provide good homes for children.
Wow, that is an incredible mission indeed. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
How are you utilizing NetSuite to really help fuel this mission?
Great. NetSuite is such a comprehensive opportunity for us to really streamline a lot of our operational programs and departments. And so we are fairly new to NetSuite. We just started implementing in January of this year.
Wow.
We've implemented the payroll and accounting systems, inventory and warehouse management systems, as well as case management. And we just recently rolled out CRM for our development team, which is basically your sales team for a nonprofit.
Love it.
Yeah.
So you're taking advantage of the full suite ahead.
Absolutely.
We love to hear that. We love to hear that.
Absolutely.
So yesterday you participated in our Hackathon for Good.
Yes.
That's awesome. For our viewers who might not know what it is, can you just give a brief recap of what the Hackathon for Good is?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was a wonderful experience. And first of all, we want to thank NetSuite for choosing our nonprofit to be the benefactor of such an experience. So the Hackathon provided us an opportunity to bring a specific opportunity for a need that we had within a system and a process that we wanted to explore enhancements to improve efficiencies in that process. And so what we did was we provided a CRM-specific enhancement idea to a team of highly talented developers and designers that competed to win for the rest of the day. Competed to win the spot for the solution.
Yeah.
So we spent all day with all of these talented teams that were working to solve this problem and build enhancements to an add-on to the CRM for us, and it was a dynamic experience. Everybody was engaging with us as far as consulting what our needs were and identifying opportunities, and then they each designed solutions and then presented to a panel of judges at the end of the day, and one was selected as the winner. So
wow, very cool. Well, okay, quickly to reverse here though, what was the challenge? What were you looking to overcome?
Absolutely. So we are looking to deploy an enhancement in the CRM where we have a capability to house all of our marketing material and collateral in one place for the development team to be able to customize and quickly provide customized reports and proposals and presentations for our donor base.
Very cool.
So then what did you walk away from the hackathon with? What tools do you now have?
Absolutely. So it's that capability that we we have a lot of collateral material and a lot of great content that our marketing teams develop. But when we meet with donors, there's very specific needs or very specific interests. And so being able to kind of customize what that presentation looks like in very quick response time to our donors and the work that we do provides that personalized experience as well as that impact to that particular donor interest. And so that's the tool that we're walking away with, was the process to provide like efficiencies to make that happen quicker for us.
Were you surprised at the outcome, how the team was able to come and help you do?
And like in a day.
In a day.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what always surprises me.
Yes. It was amazing, the talent that was in the room.
Yeah.
And they were so engaged and approached the problem from different angles, or the opportunity from different angles, and had different ideas. So it was, we learned from everybody in the room about ideas and coming together. And so it was highly, highly beneficial for us, as well as those teams that were in the room. It was really an exciting time to be a part of that.
Well, we're glad to be able to help you with that, and we're looking forward to see how it impacts the organization.
Yes, well, thank you.
And now I believe Sima is in the keynote hall with a quick vibe check for us. Sima, how's it going over there?